Hello everyone, this is going to be a really short and sweet webcast on how to use Grokola. Now if you haven't used it before, Grokola is a collaborative wiki tool developed here at Keyhole to help our customers better develop applications, to be able to keep members of a team in sync even if they're not physically there, and it can include now wireframe mockup UIs so that the developers have one central place to look for their documentation, their mockups, and pretty much anything they need to know about whatever piece of software they're currently writing. So to begin, what you're seeing right now is the home screen for Grokola. It allows you to search for a question, potentially ask a question if you can't find an answer, create a wireframe mockup, or create a wiki mockup, and we'll go into the differences here in a second. Now, the first thing the developer is probably going to do when they come in is say, well, I have some sort of question. I need to ask it of whatever's been put in the system before of all the other questions that have been asked. So let's say, I know a general topic, so I can type in whatever to the search. Now, the search works a lot like a Google query. So anything you put in there, it'll run a raw query text against whatever's in the database, which is just a fancy way of saying it'll search for whatever you expect to if you were to type it in on Google. So I hit search, and I see, there are some relevant things for Heroku. This one that I clicked on is an example of a text wiki. A text wiki will have some sort of, primary objective that it wants to achieve. How do I tail Heroku logs, for example? Well, these are the steps that I can follow, and then if there are any notes, those go on the right side. Now, like I said, Grokola is collaborative by nature. Anyone can edit anything at any time, and you'll see the syntax for what we actually put into the Groks looks a lot like what's on Wikipedia, to where it's, code highlighted in these particular sections, just plain Jane text in here, and then even over here, we have our own image gallery that you can pull from with some fancy pictures of people that work on Grokola. So this is a very simple, text wiki. Now, the other kind that you can put into Grokola is the wireframe UI mockups, and this actually goes into how you can do the navigation. Now, what I showed before, which was on here, this homepage, you can, just ask a very simple question. Or you can browse through the hierarchy of everything that we have set up in Grokola. So if I go up here to references, you'll see that there are all these different sort of categories that we've put things into. And if I want to look at one category in particular, I just click on the Groks button, and this shows me both the text wiki version and the wireframe UI mockup version. So the one that I'm clicking on right now, this is an example of a very simple wireframe. You'll notice it has this pretty picture right here with a calendar, looks like it's a select box, text area, and then any notes that we wanted to add in. Now, editing is done the exact same way, to where I go in, and then you can drag things around if you want to, you can drag and drop, you can rename the text. Pretty much anything that you can dream of, you can do in this UI wireframe mockup. Now, what this allows developers to do is to have one place for both any documentation they want to put on the system, like let's say, how do I set up my development environment, things of that nature, along with actually having the UI mockups for the things that they're developing. So it's kind of a two-in-one package. Now, I know I've been through a lot, so I'm just going to do a quick recap. On Grokola, you can either search for a question that you have and then find the information, which this is a text grok, or you can go up to references, browse through the different categories that we have, go to a particular one, which this one happens to be a wireframe UI mockup. You can go in, you can edit it, and you can add comments if you want to. It's collaborative by nature. We designed Grokola so that it's not only a central place, but it's a very open and free place, so that developers, for whatever their question is, can put pictures on. They can use Wikipedia-like markup syntax. Anything they can, so that the ease of asking a question and the ability to get an answer is made just that much easier. And it's one central hub, so you don't have 40 different logins to try to remember 40 different URLs. The strength in Grokola is, like I said, that it's collaborative by nature, and we found that through this application that we're developing, which all these things are examples of, the ease of keeping people, in sync is much, much easier because there's one source of truth, everyone gets emailed with everything, and everyone can see everything that's going on. So thank you very much for watching. This was just a very quick intro to Grokola, as well as the new feature that we just added, the markup UIs for wireframes.